Hi beautiful people! Welcome back to my channel. This is my fourth update on the project Years of Usage Eyeshadow Project Pan created by Sarah Catherine. I started working on this project at the beginning of this year, so the progress I will be sharing with you is equivalent to 4 months of working on this project. The goal of this project is to use the eyeshadows in the project 24 times since we are in the year 2024. I am working on 4 eyeshadow palettes and all of these are carryover from last year when I worked on this same project last year. I did not get to hit goal on all of the eyeshadows. There are a total of 62 eyeshadows in this 4 eyeshadow palette and I only managed to hit goal on 25 eyeshadows last year. This means that I have 37 eyeshadows still to hit goal on. From my previous update, the number of eyeshadows I managed to hit goal on so far is 6 eyeshadows. For this update, I managed to hit goal on 2 more eyeshadows. Let me start my update with the eyeshadow palette with the least number of eyeshadows and the least number of eyeshadows I hit goal on. This is the Glam Metals from Crown eyeshadow palette. There are 9 eyeshadows in this palette. I hit goal on 2 eyeshadows last year. These are the Black Metal and the Wicked. For this year, I have not hit goal on any of the 7 eyeshadows left in the project. I managed to work on 5 eyeshadows in this palette just for this update, just like in my previous update. I, however, did not manage to hit the 11 uses target per update. I only managed to hit 11 uses in my first update. For this update, total uses is 10, so I'm short by 1 usage. As this is now my 4th update, I should have a total usage of 44 uses. Unfortunately, total number of uses is 35. I am short by 9 uses. Using this palette is quite a challenge as most of the shades in this palette does not look good on me. I normally use the eyeshadows from this palette when I'm working from home. The most used eyeshadow last year, apart from those I hit goal on, is Glam Rock at 10 uses. This year, most used are Heavy Metal and Pop Rock. They are at 8 uses each this year. So if you look at the eyeshadow palette, and just compare it with the total number of uses in each of the eyeshadow, I think the one that you can tell has been used would be the Wicked and still Black Metal. Moving on to the next palette, this is the Beauty Glaze Perfect Neutral eyeshadow palette. There are 14 eyeshadows in this palette. I already hit goal on 8 eyeshadows. There are 6 eyeshadows that I still need to hit goal on. I managed to hit goal on 2 eyeshadows and these are Mais. I hit goal on that on my 3rd update. And Sienna, I hit goal on this in my 2nd update. For this update, I used 3 eyeshadows and for the past 2 updates, I only worked on 2 eyeshadows in this palette. So this is an improvement compared to the previous updates because I managed to use 3 eyeshadows from this palette. This palette is actually the one that I need to use the least since I've already hit goal on 8 eyeshadows. However, I am not able to hit the per update usage from this palette. For this palette to date, there's still 1 eyeshadow I haven't worked on and it is this shade Bisque. The most used eyeshadow is Mais and that one I already hit goal on this year. I've used that 9 times this year. And the most used eyeshadow that I haven't hit goal on yet is Scarlet. This one. I am now at 13 uses for this eyeshadow. Moving on to the next palette is this Etude House Trench Coat Showroom eyeshadow palette. There are a total of 15 eyeshadows in this palette, and I hit goal on 7 eyeshadows last year. This means I still have 8 eyeshadows I need to hit goal on in this palette, and I managed to hit goal on 1 eyeshadow, and that is the shade Gold Button, this one. For this update, I managed to use 6 eyeshadows and the total number of uses is 17. I managed to hit the target per update, which is 12 uses. However, since I have been working on this project for 4 months now, the total number of uses should be 48. I only managed to hit 47 uses. So I'm also short by 1 usage for the palette, for this palette to be on track. I haven't found a suitable combination of eyeshadows in this palette that I like just yet, with the eyeshadows left that I need to focus on. Usually when I use this palette, I only use 1 eyeshadow. I will use another palette for my crease and use one of the eyeshadows here for my lids, such as the Gold Button and the Silver Button. For this Silver Button, I'm surprised that I am actually liking it. Last year, I didn't really enjoy using that. The most used eyeshadow in this palette is this shade, Silver Button, and followed by the color, this one, at 9 uses. Last palette in the project is this Makeup Revolution Soft X eyeshadow palette. This is the first eyeshadow palette that Soft X collaborated with Makeup Revolution. This palette has 24 eyeshadows and I already hit goal on 8 eyeshadows last year. This year, I now have hit goal on 5 eyeshadows. In my previous update, I was at 3. And for this update, I hit 2 more. For a total of 5 eyeshadows I hit goal on. The eyeshadow I hit goal on for this update is Iced Coffee, this one. So this one, you can tell that I've used that a lot. And the other one is Grow Old. It's also another gold eyeshadow. For Iced Coffee, I used this twice in my last update and 5 times in this update to get to 24 uses. And for the Grow Old eyeshadows, I was at 11 uses last year. And for this update, I used all the 13 times to get to 24 uses. So I've not worked on that eyeshadow actually in my previous updates. I think for my next update, the eyeshadows that I will be hitting on may come from this eyeshadow palette if I just focus on this one. The eyeshadows I am seeing I will hit gold sooner rather than later would be this shade, Fairy Lights, Sweet, Strawberry Sweets, and Smoky Bronze. They are at 16 or 17 uses right now. In terms of being on track for 4 months, this is the only eyeshadow palette that I am on track. I should be at least at 92 uses by now on this update, and I achieve 114 uses. So I can relax a bit on using this palette and focus on the other 3 palettes instead for my next update. I have now hit goal on 8 eyeshadows this year. I still have 29 eyeshadows to go. The total number of uses so far is 225. I have 427 number of uses to go. If I'm able to keep up with similar number of uses in my next updates, it looks like I can hit my goal of 24 uses on the 29 eyeshadows still in the project. This is my 4th update on the 2024 Years of Usage Eyeshadow Project Pan. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!